Well, I street feeling kind of neat when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops, baby. Wanna have it, I'll let you drive. It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I'll whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I'll whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, the pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a big slap, slap. Come get your face clapped.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
And welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Let's Talk with Jay vs. Jordan, man. I hope everybody doing all right. If you are watching over on the Let's Talk channel, appreciate you. If you're watching over on the JVJ Network channel, appreciate it. If you're watching over on Facebook, once again, appreciate you. But I need y'all all to do a favor for your boy because we're trying to grow on every platform that we operate off of. Y'all hit that like for your boy. Y'all hit the subscribe for your boy. Make sure y'all looking out, and we're going to rock out tonight. We're going to do it up. Hold on, let me take my other camera out of the way. Man. Just put that thing over there, man. You don't need to see all that. We don't need to see all that. Look, y'all. It's that night again. It's that night again where we do that thing. Man, I don't know my place. Don't worry about it. Don't nobody worry about it. Look, y'all, it's that night that we're going to talk about that thing that we talk about. And I know a lot of people don't like it because we have some people that have some deep-seated things inside of them. They've been brainwashed, brought up on it. And it's kind of hard for them to actually realize what's in front of them because they're kind of used to it. Yes, cops in America. Citizens, I want y'all to understand, y'all need to have a little bit of power inside of y'all drawers and pants and panties, whatever y'all got on, whatever you decide to do. Hey, it ain't up to me what you decide to put on. But we need to have a little bit of ground that we stand on because a lot of things are going to get out of hand in the next coming years, next coming months, things of that sort. But we're going to talk about the police tonight.
Father, Orlando Diaz. This happened on September 10th in Holmes Beach. Holmes Beach police officer Christopher Liotti ended up arresting this man, 72-year-old Bradenton, Florida resident, Orlando Diaz. He ended up getting arrested for driving with a suspended driver's license. Now, the reason that the officer pulled him over in the first place is, these license plate readers that cops have all over their cars. The license plate reader flagged the registration on this vehicle just because of the suspended license of its owner, Orlando Diaz. Now, this officer, Liotta, approached the driver's side of the car and he asked Orlando Diaz to step out of the car, asked where he was going and whether he spoke English. Liotti asked if anyone in the car spoke English.
Huh?
Do they speak English?
A little, my son.
Can you come over and talk to me? Do you speak English? Okay, can you come over and talk to me?
Then Francisco exited the passenger door and walked around to the front of the car so that he could assist his father by translating. And Francisco Diaz is the 30-year-old autistic son of Orlando. Francisco's mother is also in the car as well.
Okay, you speak English? Okay. Can you ask him if he's been to court for his driver's license issues? Ask him what the reason is that he has not gotten his driver's license fixed in over 20 years. Has he ever been arrested for this?
No.
Okay. Tell him he's being arrested today. Turn around.
My wife, my son.
Turn around. Place your hands behind your back.
The mother put up a GoFundMe, which I'll link below. It already has raised over $27,000, but it includes her description of the events that occurred. This is what she says happened. On September 10th, 2024, at around 8 p.m., we were running an errand in Bradenton, Florida, when a police officer pulled us over. The officer came to our car and began speaking aggressively. He asked my husband, Orlando Diaz, 72 years old, to provide his license, which was expired, then to step out of the vehicle. My son, Francisco Diaz, 30, who is autistic, was sitting in the passenger seat. The officer asked if he spoke English and could translate. The officer then informed my husband that having an expired driver's license was a crime. My husband said he would pay the fine, accept the ticket, but the officer began to arrest him on the spot.
Tell him not to make this any difficult.
I can't. I know drive. My son not drive, please. Oh my God.
Turn around.
I live over there.
Turn around.
My
Go back in the car. Go back in the car. Go back in the car. Go back in the car.
Please.
Turn around.
Please.
Turn around.
Please.
Turn around. Go away.
Francisco, witnessing how aggressive the officer was with his father, tried to intervene, asking the officer to stop when he began to cuff Orlando. I, Francisco's mother, asked him to get back into the car. Then the officer slammed my 72-year-old husband to the ground, causing Orlando to lose consciousness.
Back it up.
Please,
Turn around.
help me, please.
Turn.
You got eyes on you. You got eyes on
He later had to be taken to the hospital due to the injuries he sustained.
We need to get him uncuffed.
Huh?
Should we uncuff him?
No, leave him cuffed. He's breathing. He's got a pulse. He's just being difficult right now and doesn't want to do anything.
The officer returned to the car, pulled Francisco out, twisted his hand, and slammed him to the ground as well.
He needs to be put in cuffs.
I said.
Passenger. Hold on, I gotta double lock this.
His son came out and attacked the officer. Autism doesn't give you the right to punch a police officer.
He's gonna fight. Stay in the car. Why? Stay in the car. Why, man? I didn't do it.
I think they stunned him probably 3 times, finally got his hands back behind him, got him handcuffed. Then the mom comes running up and says that he's autistic.
You need to go back in your car. Go back in your car.
Francisco was tased 3 times. As his mother, I repeatedly yelled that my son is autistic, but the officers ignored me.
Go back in your car.
I'm seeking justice for both my son and my husband. My son has been falsely charged with being aggressive towards 5 police officers, EMTs, and firefighters. I'm facing a $5,000 fee to get my son out of jail. My husband has since been released from the hospital and is recovering from his injuries. We are asking for your support in raising $60,000 to cover bail, hospital bills, and legal fees to fight this injustice. Every contribution, no matter how small, will help us defend my son and husband. We are Peruvians who have lived in Florida and called it home for 30 years. Now we have to place our faith in our community. Please, if you can, help us by donating and sharing our story. The police.
Now look, I'm gonna jump in right here because I know I'm all about trying to be fair about the situation, and I want to be understanding to the cops and I want to be understanding to the citizens. The guy was driving, the father, the 70-some-year-old man, was driving around on a suspended license. Now, it was flagged by the license plate readers that these cops have now. They want to be able to just tag a tag, like a car go by, get your tag, and it'll pull up information. I want y'all to see where this can actually become a problem, because the father was driving with a suspended license or an expired. I'm sorry, don't let me say suspended. He was not adjudicated and they took his license away. It was expired. He had a driver's license, didn't renew it or do whatever he needed to do to constantly be able to drive on these streets. So that license plate reader just tagged it. It issued a stop. Now think about this, y'all. What if you were, and I'm trying to give a caveat, y'all, so y'all understand what we're about to get to, because a lot of people say they don't want to live in a police state, but this is where we are slowly gravitating to, and it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. They're both for this nonsense. Let's say your mom didn't renew her driver's license in whatever state where they're using these license plate readers, and it shows that your mom didn't renew her license, and you're a 16-year-old kid, just got your driver's license, whatever the hell, you're driving back from either a game or girlfriend's house or something like that. They catch you on a license plate reader, license suspended. You're getting pulled over because they read that tag and it said one thing. It's coming back to somebody else, but you're in the car. We don't know how those situations can pop off. We always say that a cop is in the most dangerous position when he's doing or she's doing a traffic stop. So now we're encouraging more of these dangerous situations to pop off. All right. But back to this situation. The father's license was suspended or expired, and he doesn't speak good English, whatever. So instead of the cop being understanding, like, look, I'm gonna write you a ticket, he wants to take him to jail. The son is autistic. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever dealt with autistic kids. They got Superman strength. I just want to throw that out there for you. They got Superman strength, and they don't truly understand what's going on. They don't grasp the severity of everything going on. So all this kid is seeing that his father's being grabbed and being pulled. And we heard that he was slammed to the ground. So he's going to naturally instinct protect his father. He doesn't understand the concept. This is a cop and things of that sort. So now the father's slammed to the ground, put in handcuffs. The mother gets the son away, which clearly didn't take a lot of effort. Got the son away, got him back in the vehicle. After the fact, the cop's like, nope, that kid's going to jail too. So they go get the biggest guy they can find, the biggest cop they can find, to go grab him. And they said that this guy, the kid, attacked the cop. Well, we watched the video. We couldn't see on the video whether they were referring to the first cop or whether they were referring to the second cop. But clearly in the second cop video, he did not attack that cop. And in the second video, you could infer that he did, but we didn't see that. So we're just going off the officer's word. But he slammed that kid to the ground. Autistic kid. Disability, y'all. Want y'all to understand, disability. And this family does not speak a lot of English. They're Peruvian. They don't speak a lot of English. I know some people will say, if you don't speak English, you shouldn't be in this country. Well, guess what? A lot of y'all didn't speak Native American when your ancestors came over here, but they took the country for themselves. So just throwing it out there. Maybe you feel that happening to you also. But we're going to continue to go. I just want to do a quick little deep dive into what we saw. Let's see how this plays out.
Police chief told Telemundo that it really wasn't until after the use of force began on the son that the mother came up to tell them that the son was autistic. But if we look at the footage from the scene that night, the main officer involved here that was engaged in the use of force, Liadi, he went and found a translator from the bystanders. And once the translator was there, he didn't seem to care at all that the son was autistic. And here's the problem. The conventional wisdom is that police officers, part of their training is to know when they're dealing with individuals who may be autistic. Language barrier aside, that was clearly the case here. I mean, it was pretty obvious, and I don't speak Spanish, and I can tell what the mother was saying. Now, if you're dealing with a serious situation, you have to take immediate action, and hindsight's 20/20 and all that. That's one thing. But we're talking about an expired license or a suspended license, whatever it was, and there's no rush. You can call backup or whatever. You can give it a little bit more time rather than immediately escalating or getting a translator there. If you know somebody's autistic that you're dealing with, you are going to approach that situation differently. Here, we can tell from the conversation after the fact, the officers didn't care at all.
And before they go into it, shout out to my boy Theo Coop, man, the Do Better podcast, man. He doing this thing right on YouTube. He said, bro, I have an 18-year-old autistic son, and this shit pisses me off. Like you said, Jay, most autistic kids wouldn't grasp everything that was going on. He also said, that's my biggest fear as a parent to an autistic kid, dealing with these pig-ass police. And I can feel you, man, because I actually have an autistic cousin. Well, not to the level that you, because you got a son, but I have cousins and family members that are autistic. And I'm just thinking, like, one of the things that we always try to do in our family, and this really pissed me off too, that's why I keep covering these videos, we try to give them the most normal life compared to what we live, like people that can normally function. We don't have disabilities. We try to put them in the position where they can live their life just like everybody else. And in situations like this, is like, you can't dictate how autistic or anybody with a learning disability or a medical issue will respond to flashing lights. Let's think about somebody that has, I forget the illness, where lights trigger them. Police lights pull up behind them. They can freak out. And we know how a lot of these officers are out here in society. Like, they'll rather shoot first, attack first, than try to figure out the situation. There are a lot of Americans that epilepsy. Thank for that, Theo. Epilepsy. A lot of people can react in a certain type of way because they're triggered. And the cops are in a certain type of situation where they're quick to just, we're going to stop that threat or that perceived threat. And most of the time, it's a perceived threat, but they're going to put that down. And a lot of people that have kids that have different disabilities or Americans that have different disabilities, and they're just trying to be as normal as they possibly can, this is going to put them in messed up situations. And it's all coming back to this license plate reader. And now, if they would have said that they stopped this driver, the father, for committing a traffic infraction, that's a whole nother story. Even though the way that they're handling it so far, under my opinion, is messed up. But if it would have been for that, it would have been more legit. But you have this new technology that they're putting in place, like
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Why, man? I didn't do it.
I think they stunned him probably 3 times. Finally got his hands back behind him, got him handcuffed. Then the mom comes running up and says that he's autistic.
The chief was lying. The officer was.
I'm gonna just stop right there. I got Theo up in here, man, because like he just told a bold-faced lie talking about the mother ran up. The mother was in the back seat. She didn't run up. She was in the back seat. But go ahead, Theo.
What's up, Jay? I can't stay that long, bro. I just happened to be just making some videos, bro, and seeing your notification. But you just said something, bro, that spoke to me. So, like I said, this is kind of a personal thing for me because I only have one child, and my son is autistic. My son just turned 18. He's a senior in high school. And I'll never forget, bro. When did George Floyd happen? Was that like 2020? What year was George Floyd?
I think it's either 2020 or 2021, one or two.
And my son was diagnosed with autism when he was 4 years old. He has mild autism. You know, autism is a spectrum. You have the people who are on one end who are like geniuses, like Elon Musk is supposed to be on the spectrum. Then you have the other end in which people are so autistic, like they were like self-harm themselves. They have to be placed in facilities. My son is right in the middle. And one of the things that you said is correct is that autistic children, they may be a certain age, but they're not that age mentally. Like my son is 18 years old. My son is closer to about a 9 or 10-year-old mentally. But you said something, bro, and that's why I had to call up. You said, I think that even autistic children, even them, they still know what's going on. And the reason I wanted to point that out, bro, was because I'll never forget after the protest and all that was going on a few years ago with George Floyd, my son is riding with me, and we see the police zoom past. And my son looks at me, and I've never talked to my son about the police because, you know, he's just not there mentally. And my son turned to me and I said, oh, those are police. And he said, are those good cops or bad cops? Like, I've never had that conversation with him, bro. My conversations with my son is just trying to get him through life, man. Trying to make him a better functioning adult. You picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. But I'll never forget, man. He said that shit, and I was like, wow, bro. So even on a subconscious level, somewhere you've seen this, and you've already determined that for yourself, bro. That shit just pisses me off, man. Assaulting a 70-year-old man, throwing him on the ground. And here's the thing about police. Fuck all these pigs, bro. I'm not trying to curse on your channel, but I cuss all the time. I ain't with these pigs either, bro. I know we need them. Because you can't have a world without police. You always have to prepare for the worst parts of society. We both, I think, we talked about this. We both served in the military. You're only as strong as your weakest link. So you have to have somebody in place for the worst of society. I understand that. But these son bitches abuse their power all the time. They never fucking de-escalate shit. And like I said in the chat earlier, they don't know how to mitigate what's what. If someone has expired license, give them a fucking ticket and keep it fucking moving.
Yeah, go on about your business, man. Write another ticket.
And you made a great point as well, man. And that's something that I've said. I've never been with the police as far as that, scanning vehicles. Op was saying it in the chat as well. It's just money makers, bro. And again, you said something that I've said before, and I agree with as well, as far as the policing doing that. It's just for funding. But also at the same time, they'll say that if it's illegal for police to have quotas. Which one fucking is it, man? But this just really infuriates me, bro. And this is one of the biggest fears of me personally having an autistic child, bro. It's been the police. I ain't really worried about nothing else. When my son was small, I was worried because my son really didn't start talking until he was 9 years old. Okay. So I was worried about him getting kidnapped and shit when he was little and, couldn't really verbalize himself. But now that he's older, what I'm saying, my son damn near 6 foot. He a grown man now. I ain't worried about nobody kidnapping his ass. But fear has always been him getting into a interaction with the police, no matter what the magnitude of it is, and not being able to verbalize himself in a fashion that they deem appropriate enough, not being able to answer the questions into a fashion that they deem acceptable. And then they doing that shit to my son, bro. And I'm not even a violent man whatsoever. I believe after a certain age, you should be able to handle all your indiscretions and all your issues with talking, man. We too grown to be out here handling shit. But I swear to God, bro, if an officer put his hands on my fucking son, man, that motherfucker gonna have to sleep with one eye open. Fuck you and your badge, bro. And it's just they don't have just no patience, man. It's just get this shit done. Let's lock somebody up, bro. And that's all I had to say, man. It's just that shit got me heated, bro.
No, look. You fueling the fire that's already in my heart because, like, to your autistic son, like, I'm gonna put myself in a position. Me as a young man, I was dumb as fuck. I didn't know my rights. I didn't know what they could and they couldn't do.
Yep.
I've been drawn down on cops in good old, I don't want to say it, country fuck Alabama.
Yeah.
Shotguns drawn on us just trying to go to a girl house. You already know how we are, trying to get some pussy and shit, whatever the fuck, not knowing that this entire neighborhood is nothing but cops, sheriffs, whatever. So they see some kids over there late at night and we get drawn down on. They take our car. Well, they take my parents' car. We had to walk 3 miles to get home. They threatened us that they gonna lock us up. We already thought we was about to get shot. They treating us like we grown as adults. And I'm just thinking about a kid that I already was stupid. But think about a kid with autism in that situation.
Who don't know what's going on.
Don't know what's happening. Like, how could that have turned out?
And that's what I was saying in your chat. Like, if I put myself in the exact same situation, that's one thing I always make sure my license and all that shit is square so I don't have those issues. I don't have no expired license, but whatever. If that was the exact same situation, my son would have hopped up. My son used to react with me and my ex-wife when we would just get arguing. And I'm not talking about no full-on fight, Jay. You know when you have like a fight, it's just an argument. But my son has never seen his mom and his dad voices elevating. It ain't even no fight like that. It's just me and her going back and forth. My son, who's normally docile kid, will walk in and say, hey, what's going on? What's going on? So I can only imagine if the police, if my son seen the police throw me on the fucking ground, he'd do the same thing. Not violent whatsoever. He was just react because he's autistic. He doesn't understand what's going on. We all understand the conversation because we aren't disabled.
Yep.
So just seeing that, bro, it just irritates me. The pigs don't give a fuck, man.
They don't. And that's the craziest thing. And I got Miss Jackson up here too. I'm gonna let her get in on this because I know she done had some bad reactions with it, like interactions with the cops. Like for all of my fellow Americans, and this is one of the dangerous things. Like, look, we just had the election. I know a lot of people wanted Trump. We seen what America decided. I just want people to understand this might become a bigger problem because this is the guy that said we need to give these cops carte blanche immunity for doing their job. And I'm like, even in I got a video later where they're clearly in the fucking wrong, but he wants to cover that shit where, like, look, man, they got a hard job and, you know, they got to do what they got to do. And I'm like, who's going to pay for that? It's going to be the citizens because this is a revenue collection service. They're not stopping crimes. I don't care anybody that sits out here and says cops prevent crimes. No, the fuck they don't.
No.
All they do is interact after a crime is being committed. So, like, you driving with a suspended license, they didn't stop a crime from happening.
No.
The crime was already committed. They're just interacting. They're reacting to shit. We got a reactive type government. And honestly, I'd rather have a reactive than an actual proactive because I don't want y'all spying on me. And that's what they're trying to get to. They're trying to be proactive in the sense of, like, I'm going to run your license plate. I'm watching what you're sending on the internet. I'm watching what you're texting. They're in partnership with all these social media companies. Like, people don't understand. People are being spied on. That's why Eric Snowden ran to Russia. Yeah, he ran to a woman and shit. They've been spying on us, and Americans are just okay with letting this shit just constantly keep happening. It's just going to get worse the more and more we keep going. I don't like it. But I got Miss Jackson. She got her glasses on. What's up, girl?
Evening. Glad to join y'all. All right. Man, just checking out the storyline, and to me, the whole circumstances is disabled. Okay. When the officer approached the elder gentleman about the expired license, okay, and realized that he didn't even know English. Off the rip right then and there, the scenario should have been handled and taken care of to get a translator, okay? Then once he brought his son involved to translate, you know, the officers are trained to see when someone is disabled, when someone has, if there's a mental illness, autistic, or whatever the disability may be, they're supposed to take action, okay? And you can reach out to CED, mental health advisor, call someone on the scene to tend to that person, okay? Now, I heard the officer say that he hadn't been to jail on it. His license had been expired for 20 years. Wow. And he said he made the statement that it's been 20 years you hadn't got seen about your license being renewed, or you hadn't been to jail on it. And so that's, I guess, why he got mad and got boosted up to arrest him. But even so, if that was the decision that you was gonna make to get the problem solved, again, you needed a translator involved. Once you had a mental advisor to tend to the son and the family, to explain to him what was going on, what his rights is, and why he's being arrested. So it was just, it was totally out of order when they're supposed to represent law and order. And the outcome, the results was horrible, and he needs to be held accountable.
And if I could say one thing to you, I do a lot of these dash cam reactions on my channel, Ms. Jackson, and what you're saying is 100% right. One of the things that I noticed, though, is with the police, and of course, it's not all, because nothing is 100%, but a lot of them are lazy, and they don't want to be inconvenienced. So for them to have to get someone to deal with the person who has special needs is one issue. Then for them to have to get a translator is another issue. Like, man, we gotta wait, man. Oh, we might have to stay overtime. A lot of this is just pure laziness on top of not practicing de-escalation on top of it. Like I said, a lot of it is they don't want to do that. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to do the extra paperwork. None of it. So they will escalate the situation because I ain't trying to do all that shit. Just my opinion.
Look, to your point, to the point that you're making, this is one thing that I've noticed with a lot of people, like, because I think we all don't work like 9-to-5 type jobs. This blows my mind. And I noticed this in a lot of cops after covering so many cop videos. They do exactly what you just said. I don't want to deal with this shit. I got to go do something else. And I'm like, bitch, for the cops, y'all on the clock for 12-hour shifts.
You hear either way.
Yeah, I'm like I'm working fast food with people. And I'm like, look, I understand dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, serving them food, and people are nasty and rude or whatever. You don't want to do it. But I'm like, somebody say, make a double cheeseburger. Motherfucker, you here till 5. It's 3 o'clock, buddy. You still got to be here. What's the issue? And I see a lot of cops do that. They try to just escalate something real fast because they're tired of dealing with the situation. And that's emotions. That's not being professional. They have it all in their mission statement. They put out these little videos for the community to see. And it's mainly for them folks on that side of town that they not policing. Where are the cops? We always greet everybody with a polite gesture. Nice. They don't do that shit when they come to the side of town that they really police. They come over there aggressive as hell, trying to get something straightened right now. And that old saying, I think we all know it. Shoot first, ask questions later. That's how they are. Like, whether it's hemming you up, putting a cap in your ass, or whatever the hell, they'll do that first and then try to figure it out. Because Theo, you should have came around when I did a video of, it was a white dude that got called. The cops called on him. He was at a Circle K. He was acting crazy at the Circle K or whatever. Don't nobody know. He probably was a geeker or some shit like that. But he was at a Circle K, and the police showed up. They wanted him trespassed. The Circle K did. So the cops talked to him, whatever. And they're in the process of doing the trespass. But in the midst of them talking to him, he was like, man, this black dude assaulted me. I ain't do nothing in the Circle K. This black guy assaulted me. It was like, who's the black guy that assaulted you? He pointed across the street. At some random black guy. This guy was deaf and he had cerebral palsy. The cop said, oh, he attacked you? Left the trespass, hopped in the car. 2 of them hopped in both of their vehicles, drove across the street, and beat the dog shit out that dude.
And they took my man's word. They took his word as law. He just took his word.
And guess what? Guess what he did? Walked off. Then went right on home. Ain't nobody heard about where Craig went. Nobody know where Craig went. But we still sitting here dealing with, and I'm gonna keep the updates on that one. I'm like, dude, y'all drove off on an actual crime. The people in this city did it. He even said they told him to leave and he wouldn't leave. But he pointed out some random dude across the street. And y'all drove over there and beat this man up. He's deaf. So when you talking about, hey, stop, while you rolling up, man, look, you go back and watch the video. Please go watch. Dude, I don't even want to get 38 hot on that one because that
crazy,
pissed me off.
bro. That's crazy, man.
This is the society that we live in. And I remember when I played that video, I'm like, man, I know a lot of people not gonna believe me if I tell y'all this. If I just tell you this, you be like, I ain't gonna believe it. I'm like, let me show you the video. But Miss Jackson, I know you had something.
But yeah, man, I was gonna say, they're abusing their power because it's simple. There's no accountability being held. Long as they know that they're gonna get away with it, they can do it, they got a badge and they can get away with it. Until the government, the Supreme Court, the judicial system, and the presidency crack down on this and attack it to resolve the issue, it's not gonna stop. It's gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get, it's gonna get out of control. And so I think it's a result of there's no accountability. And until we can get to that point to get to the bottom of the issue, it's gonna continue to happen.
I agree. Look, I'm all about qualified immunity, but I want to see how the end of this thing played out. It's just a couple seconds. Let's see how this shit played out. Because I know, look, they got to go fund me. So obviously they're still dealing with the legal system, and we won't know the update yet. But let's see how this shit played.
It's lying.
And her son is going to jail for striking me.
His son came out and attacked the officer. When they went to the door, the kid came out kicking and punching.
Francisco never attacked them. He got out of the car as instructed. And then they went hands-on and grabbed him and threw him through the air and down to the ground. And then after that, they jumped on him and tased him multiple times. And I can't show the footage, but I will link below the raw body cam footage. And it's very sad. It's terrible. But the worst thing about it is that they lied about it after the fact. They lied about Francisco, the autistic man, attacking police officers when he didn't. And the video proves it.
And her son is going to jail for striking me.
When they went to the door, the kid came out kicking and punching.
When the government lies like this, if they have to lie, they have done something wrong. They are incredible. They are untrustworthy. Those charges should be dropped at this point. I think the community is right to be outraged. I'll link the GoFundMe below. You can help by donating and also by sharing this footage. As you can see, a lot of this has just been available in the Spanish language news market. I haven't really seen it much of anywhere else. So share this and also subscribe both here and.
We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing all that. Like I'm with the GoFundMe, y'all, because I like that. That's fucked up, and we need more Americans actually. Like that's the thing that get me, and this is what's really irritating. We living in the best sports age right now. I don't know if anybody knows about this, but we have college football going on. We have NFL going on. We got NBA basketball going on, and college basketball is about to kick off. This is the perfect time of the year for Americans to be distracted. But still, while this distraction is going on, all this bullshit is happening to your fellow Americans on a day-to-day basis. And I understand. I get it, man. I've been here my whole life. I can't take away my years here. People don't give a fuck what happens to other people, first off. But they damn sure don't give a fuck when it's happening to people that don't look like them. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have in this country. A lot of people, I swear, all of these people that I cover when it comes to cop videos, all of these people admit they used to be on this side. And I always try to cover like shit happening to white folks. But tonight I just had to cover this one because that's just egregious. Majority of the people I cover are people that used to be, well, they're still white, but they used to be advocates for the police. But something happened to them. And now they advocate against it. And I would rather more people, more Americans be on the side of, no, I'm actually paying attention and I want to be vigilant about what's going on and advocate for this instead of be the person that's advocating against the average day citizen and then something happened to me.
And they didn't care at all until it actually happened to them.
Exactly.
So, man, it's one of those things. it's one of those things, man. What I've always thought this: let's move. When you have all these cops doing this crazy shit, beating up people, let's move the racist, because we all know there's racism involved. Let's move that to the side. Here's one of the things that I never understood about policing, in which a lot of this stuff didn't stop. This is one of the things I never understood. You have cities like I'm from Detroit. You have Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Houston. You have all these major metropolises that spend tens and millions of dollars annually on police settlements. Tens and millions of dollars annually. At what point does it get to the police from a fiscal standpoint that they understand, hey, we got to stop doing this because it's costing us tons of money every year? And the fact that they don't speaks volumes, bro. And
well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they don't. It doesn't come out of their budget.
That's a good point. That's great.
Like I used to always say the taxpayers are paying it, and the taxpayers do pay it. But these cops, these police departments, all they do, I had to look deep into it. These motherfuckers take out insurance policies. They take insurance policies out on every officer they have. So if one officer, and it's not the police department as a whole insurance policy, each individual police officer, they take out an insurance policy. The taxpayers pay for every policy. And when they do something crazy, the taxpayers pay that premium for the insurance company to come in and cover it. Their budget is never touched. Like after this is the funniest thing. Like for all the folks that thought Democrats were really on your side for like after George Floyd, and they were talking about defund the police. No, these motherfuckers said defund the police. They put more funding into the police department. Talking about for training. All they did was go out and buy military grade weapons. You was in the military.
MRAPs and a bunch of bullshit.
There you go.
That's one of the biggest complaints I have. You got towns in Kansas, in Colorado, population 8,000, but they got fucking MRAPs and tanks and shit. Why,
don't make no sense. And look, for y'all that don't know what the MRAPs are, those big, look, they big ass vehicles. They all diesel and shit. They got them wheels that's probably the size of your girlfriend, like the height. She probably the height of her. And them motherfuckers got a door on the back that you can open up, and you ain't getting in. You ain't shooting no bullets or nothing into that bitch. You can carry folks. You can tow shit behind it, and it goes slow as shit. It's a brick. It's a brick on wheels, pretty much. Because I had to do my training on driving them hoes when I was in the Marines. Do MRAP training. So it's like they spend money on that shit instead of actually. Look, man, I can't even say it, man. The United States, the government has been the most wasteful government that I've never seen in the history of the world. Like, dude, they spend our money on bullshit. And it's so amazing that they've dumbed down the population and put so many different things in their face to distract them from what's going on that they don't care.
Facts.
That's why I think it might be a good thing that Trump's in office again, in the sense of, like, when he first got elected, people started paying attention to the government, to politics. Like, I know a lot of people didn't know what a monolith clauses was and all this shit. And I'm like, I've been knowing about this, and y'all motherfuckers y'all just hearing about it? Y'all didn't pay attention in social studies class, economics class, none of that shit. Maybe that'll help out in a sense, but we got to weigh the good with the bad. Like, look, man, a lot of this shit has been going on for a long time, and unless it's not going to be on us. It's going to be on our elected officials. Well, I guess ultimately it's on us. If we don't hold our elected officials to this standard to, like, fix this shit, they should not be out here patrolling and collecting revenue, because that's all it is. It's a revenue collection service. Like, they're not out here protecting. When I saw, I think it was in 2023 or 2022, the Supreme Court ruled that police officers do not have a legal obligation to protect your life. I thought more Americans would have jumped on that. Like, what? They don't have a legal obligation to protect my life? And Americans didn't pay no fucking attention to it. Maybe Taylor Swift had a concert going on that weekend. I don't know. But I'm like, they do not, everybody always says protect and serve. Protect and serve what? It's not you, bitch. It's property. Protect property and serve whoever's the big money guy in town.
I'll tell you this, bro. It's a dude on ESPN. He said this and it stuck with me, man. The dude's named Bomani Jones. I don't know if you know him. What's going on, PA Texas?
I fuck with Bomani. Yeah, I fuck with him.
Okay, Bo said something years ago, bro, that stuck with me. He said, and I know you're going to feel me on this, us both being vets. He said that the police have something that no one else have. Their top priority is making it home at night. That's their top priority. Bro, I was in the Air Force, you was in the Marines. I served in Iraq. The motherfucking mission come first, not you.
That's it.
And the fact, once he said that, it stuck with me. And I say that all the time to my chat. I was like, damn, he's right. Their number one priority is making it home to their family. Fuck if you make it home to your family, I got to make it home to my family. And when I thought about that and compared to that shit from my time in the military, your time in the military, the mission came first. That's why we all had personal insurance. Talking about insurance, that's why we all had personal insurance for each one of us. I think it was $250 at one point. Then it got bumped up to $400K. That means if I serve in Iraq and I get put in the body bag for whatever reason, my people getting $400,000, and then the fucking mission keeps going on. But the fact that they have this mentality, bro. And then also another thing is that they're held up to this higher standard. Like, oh, police have to deal with a lot. So fucking what? You signed up for that shit. You wasn't drafted.
Nope.
You signed up. I don't feel zero empathy for people who have to deal with certain people in an occupation that they fucking chose. It's like someone who's a psychiatric or a shrink or whatever in the medical field who have to deal with people with issues, man, because you have to deal with a crazy person. That's what the fuck you signed up for, man. I feel zero empathy for you. Fucking back to blue and all that kind of shit. Fuck that. That's a job, bro. That's a job that your punk ass chose to do. Nobody make you. Again, you weren't drafted. There was a point in history where people was drafted, a la the Vietnam War, where your ass had to go. If you was
unless you had bone spurs.
Yeah, exactly right. If you had bone spurs, exactly, bro. Your ass had to go. It'd be different. I respect that if you got drafted or some bullshit. You like, damn, I'm just here. But man, you chose that line of duty, man. Ain't no feeling fucking bad for you.
At the end of the day, bro, they got to man up. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they chose that duty. Then you got to come to the call. You got to meet the call. And so if you're not built for it, you know, just like I'm gonna use the military for example, since both of y'all have the experience. You know, everybody's not built for it, and if it's not you, then you know, hey, you in the wrong business. So you know, it's to me they got the priorities mixed up, and that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I did want to share one experience with you all. One of my experience I had when I was younger, but there was an incident. Now in my hometown, my grandmother, when I was 12 years old, my grandmother raised me. Okay. And went to live with her and stay with her till I completed high school. And so I had an incident where I moved back home as an adult, okay, into her home with her permission, where I grew up at, born and raised at, and had an incident where a judge puts me out my family home, totally out of order with the law. You know what I'm saying? Just violated my total civil rights. Where I had it, and just to give you a narrative of the story, I had a family member come move in with me. Always been a drunk, you know what I'm saying, the fuck up, you know what I'm saying, on drugs and violent, want to come in clowning, fighting, acting a fool. So when the police got involved and we went to court on it, they told me to get the fuck out. Now, mind you, this relative never lived there. This person had lived up north for 30 years, okay? I grew up there. And and so my thing is, that's a civil matter. And the judge was a criminal judge. So he was totally out of his jurisdiction. But you know, when you're in a redneck, rich white folks town, hey, and then in that county in particular, it's more a city of retirement. So it's more for the elderly. So by me being young, you know, and again, you know, white folks. So I mean, it trickles down. It's the police is just doing from. It always starts at the top. You got the judges, you got the Supreme Courts, you got the judicial system, and it trickles down to the officer. So when ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, doing their job correct, then hell, when the top ain't, then what? When they're not setting the right example, then what do we expect? You know, so just want to throw that in there. That
no, you're right.
Facts.
You hitting on a nail that it really surprises me that a lot of average day Americans don't understand it. If we're in a situation where, let's say, we talk about personal shit. I know, Theo, sometimes you cover like the relationship stuff, these different podcasts where they talk about girls and guys or whatever. If we can't come to terms on what's right and what's wrong in relationships, whether you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong, male or female. If we can't come to terms on that, how the fuck can we come to terms on people that actually, in a sense, they rule over us? These police officers rule over us. These judges, they rule over us. These politicians, and it's completely opposite from what it should be.
Absolutely.
They're supposed to work for us. But if we can't come to terms on what we do from person to person, why the fuck do they think they need to fall in line? And that's why we've gone the way of, like, it's like that J. Cole shit. The good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. And that's all we've been doing. We've been going the wrong fucking way for a long time with this mindset. And a lot of people want to use like, okay, they are a problem, so we're all going to come together to hem them up. But in hindsight, you're going to hem yourself up, because when they came for me, nobody said nothing. But when they come for you, who's going to speak for you? Nobody. And to Theo's point, when it's like, you signed up for that job, that's the funniest thing. Because today was the funniest day. Every year on November the 11th, I laugh my ass off and look at people like they ain't shit. It don't take a day for you to tell me, thank you for your service. All year long, you treat me like I ain't shit and I'm not valued. But on this one day, you want to say, thank me for my service. The standards that me and him had upon us. I keep telling everybody, the rules of engagement going over fucking seas that me and him had in somebody else's fucking country was greater than what people have, police officers have in their own country, policing their own citizens. If I wanted to shoot somebody, I had to call that shit in. I had to call it in. I could not fire upon anybody unless they fired upon me first. And I had to be able to identify that target and where it was coming from before I did anything. In this country, they don't cover the video where Acorn, they had a dude. I
saw that. I reacted to that on my channel too, bro.
Acorn hit the hood. Pop, 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 pop. Everybody shooting. I'm like, dude, the level that we have for our own citizens is greatly lower than what we have when we go to another country. And I want a lot of Americans to understand this. They be like, why you going to another country? Maybe you need to be careful. Why do you think they got to be careful overseas? Why do they make us be careful overseas? Because they don't want no war to fucking pop off, no wide war. Because everybody don't like America. I don't care what anybody say. Everybody think America is the greatest country in the world. They think it's the greatest country. Go somewhere else and ask them people how they feel about America.
Oh yeah, the ugly Americans, bro.
I swear, man, motherfuckers be like, yeah, America. Man, I learned this early. When I went to Japan, when I went to the Middle East, and don't tell nobody you're from America. If I ever had leisure time, 96 time, I'm not telling nobody. Like I'm from goddamn Africa. What you talking about? I'll talk like I'm from fucking goddamn Uganda or some shit.
I used to say Canadian, bro. That's what I used to say, Canadian, yo.
Canada ain't got a lot of beef around the world. You know, they got a lot of beef. But I would never tell people that I'm fucking American. Like I got this hat on right now just to mock motherfuckers. I wore it just today when I went to work. They were like, oh yeah, American. Bitch is blacked out. It ain't just because the color in this room. This bitch is blacked out for a reason. Like, I got PA up in here.
Yeah, what's good, cuz?
I saw the glass because he got me, man. What's up, PA?
Good, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm good, man. I saw Theo now, so like, let me pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you ain't pull up for me?
You know I pull up all the time, Jay. I'm shooting videos.
Man, nah, man.
Yeah, my dude, man. I was just making videos too, bro. That's why I had to pull up on Jay.
Yeah.
Yo, did you see any other video that I showed in the beginning with the autistic autistic son and the father in their arrest?
Nah, I just got in. I just got in. I was on Smitty's show just a second ago. And, I was just like,
I almost said it out loud. I ain't glad I didn't say that out loud. I caught myself. Hey, yo, check it out. Dio, if you got, how much time you got?
I got a few more minutes.
All right. I want to show y'all some. PA, I know you good because you just got in. And Miss Jackson, I know you good. I want to show you this. The father of that arrest was 72 years old. He had an autistic son that was 30, but Theo, me and you both talked about it. Like, he could be 30 years old, but where's his mind actually at? He could be a lot younger. His mind might not be developed. Once again, I'm about to show y'all another foreigner that is an American. Been here for a long time. And I want y'all to see how they treat this This man's 70. He ain't 72, so it's less dramatic. But watch how they treat this man, and for what? Like, for real, that's the question. For what? So either way, though, here we go.
Your vehicle was not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up.
In Oklahoma City, this police officer is on paid administrative leave and an investigation is underway after the local Vietnamese community is up in arms about this video footage showing that officer slamming a 70-year-old Vietnamese man to the ground after the man merely refused to sign a traffic ticket following a wreck that he had with this woman.
I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't make a U-turn. Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
Okay.
how many times?
We are done, sir. No, we're done arguing about this, okay? If you don't sign this, you go to jail. That involves impounding your car, too. Your vehicle is not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up.
Yeah, I'm going to call an ambulance.
Was that justified? I'll give you my opinion and I'll back it up with the applicable case law for this jurisdiction. Let's go through it.
Once again, shout out to the civil rights lawyer. I like his content.
I might have to check out that channel, bro. I've never checked it out before.
Yeah, check him out. Look, Lackluster and Audit the Audit. They're my three guys. They're my go-tos.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Audit the Audit. I've got watched a lot of his content.
Yeah, man, they be on it.
The way that your vehicle was located, I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn. Whenever you complete a U-turn,
I didn't U-turn.
hold on. Whenever you complete a U-turn, you're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible. Okay?
Yes, at least they have another car in front of her. And why, I cannot parking behind her.
Okay. Well,
what you're seeing here is this Vietnamese man is being detained following some sort of traffic accident. The other driver in the wreck is also in this parking lot, standing off to the side. You'll see her in a minute. It's important to note here that this man is not under arrest. He's being issued a citation and he's arguing about it. There's obviously a language barrier. As you'll see, the officer allows the situation to escalate into something it never should have.
You are required to go as far away between, you're not supposed to be between any cars. You're supposed to be against that curb line. Okay? I need you to sign with your finger. It's not an admission of guilt. You're just signing saying you'll take care of the citation for a ticket. You're promising saying that you'll take care of it.
Now, I'm going to stop right here because Miss Jackson, this is the first case where you were telling me about this, and I finally found a video, and this is why I'm glad you popped up. They are not getting you to sign these citations anymore with a signature. They want your fingerprint. And that's why this has to be blurred out right here. They want him to put his fingerprint on it to say that he's coming. They're trying to document everybody in America. But I'm gonna let y'all jump on that if y'all want to jump on that real quick.
Right. So just to respond real quick, and then I'm also trying to see. I hear there in the state of Oklahoma, where is the law that it is a crime if you do not sign a ticket or consent with the fingerprint? So that's what I'm saying.
Anybody else? Anybody? I'll keep going. All right. PA, you good?
No, I'm good. But I've seen this channel. He got a lot worse stuff than this on his channel. I wonder where he get it from because I want to start doing some stuff like this too.
Man, look, all you gotta do is FOIA request. But I started learning about a lot of my rights, and this is the crazy thing. They were like, "Oh, you a YouTube lawyer?" A lot of folks can learn a lot of shit. I learned how to change my alternator on YouTube. You can learn a lot of shit from YouTube, whether y'all know it or not.
YouTube University, bro.
You ain't lying. Like no bullshit. So
I mean, all my coursework that I took in college on computer science my whole entire coursework for all of that stuff's there, and it's the same stuff I took back in the day. It's legit. So yeah, YouTube University ain't no joke.
Bro, you wonder why Bill Gates and Elon Musk dropped out of school? What's the point? You can get that information for free somewhere else. You ain't got to pay nobody
100.
a couple thousand.
Save me some time and some money.
There you go. But here, we're gonna keep going. Yeah, but you can FOIA request all this stuff, all these body cam videos. You can FOIA that shit. You just need to know where something happened. And I guess if you see it on the news, call up there for you, and you got to pay them some money, which I don't think you need to. But I guess the processing fee.
Later date, whether that be in court or if you take care of it outside of court.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm writing and issuing you a citation for improper
Me?
U-turn. Yes, sir.
Citation, she hitting me and I got
Okay.
a citation.
I'm not writing a ticket for her hitting you. Okay.
No, she hitting me. You see the.
I'm not
You see-
writing a ticket.
You see the
for-
evidence? No.
Okay. I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here.
I
Okay.
understand.
He's just trying to explain to the cop.
That's all he doing. Like,
Yeah.
he, sad part, he don't really get what's going on. Like, you writing me a citation?
Yeah, it's a language barrier. And I also think this too, man. I said this about law enforcement. Again, it doesn't apply 100%. Actually, I just said this Sunday because we did a pop-up show on my channel where we do all dash cams. But I said this just Sunday. A lot of police are just incompetent, bro. Like, we can just put it out there. The bar is so low to be law enforcement, man. A lot of them is just incompetent, and I personally believe, this is just my opinion, that the police prefer it that way.
You're goddamn right.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I agree.
And on top of that, a lot of them getting there just to do some. All they want to do is drive their police cruiser fast, just to get an adrenaline rush to shoot at somebody. It's a lot of people that join the academy just to get their bullets off.
Facts, bro.
I mean,
I keep it a buck, bro. I got one brother, man. My brother is younger than me. My brother is 35, I believe. And I say this about my brother. My brother is not. My brother, big dude. He's 6'4". You know, he's a big NFL looking ninja. And my brother's not a bad dude, but this is my own personal opinion. I hope he never see this shit, but I'm keeping it a buck. He don't control he married, got kids. He don't control his household. His woman do. His wife do. So, and I think a lot of men like this, if they don't control their household, they look for control somewhere. And I'm saying this about my own brother. He's always wanted to get into law enforcement. Always wanted to. I told his dumb ass to get in the military because he could take orders like a son bitch, but he never. His wife wouldn't let him do it. But he's always tried to get into law enforcement. The last couple years, he actually finally got into corrections officers. Did that shit for like 2 years, and I think he finally got that policing fix that he wanted and realized, oh wow, this just really isn't for me. But my whole point that I'm trying to make is that's why I thought he wanted to do that shit. My brother, a decent enough dude, but it also gives him the opportunity to get that stress relief and fuck a dude up. That's my 2 cents.
Well, now don't look. I see it in a lot of folks because it's one saying that we have around here. Most of the guys that became cops were the guys that got picked on in high school. So now you got a gun and a badge and a radio. So now you got the ability to fuck other people up. And people didn't start making that stereotype about them based off of just saying it. They made it because they saw how people moved.
Yep.
There's always some truth in a lot of things, but let's keep going. Look, like y'all said, language barrier. Clearly, this older man, he's damn sure not aggressive. That's one thing we're going to say right now. He is not aggressive. It clearly is a miscommunication. Language barrier is playing a part of it. He's trying to figure out why is he getting a citation. He thinks he's getting a citation because the lady hit him. He is confused. So let's see how it play out.
The front of her can and she didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn,
I didn't make a U-turn.
sorry. Let me clarify, okay? Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car. Okay? You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know.
Okay.
How many cars?
We are done, sir. No, we're done arguing about this. Okay. We are not We are not arguing about this. Okay.
I want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
You take the phone and
we argue in court.
No,
We don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to
go
take you to jail.
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go to jail?
Yeah. I'm
Ridiculous. Okay, that involves impounding your car too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The officer is threatening to arrest the Vietnamese man for not signing the citation. But take a look at this. Now he goes to the other driver and talks to her, and he's issuing her a citation as well. Let me know if you see differently, but it appears to me that he does not require the other driver to sign her citation.
You got a ticket also?
Yes.
Your tag's expired?
Yes.
So you're good to get out of here.
Okay.
There's a report. I'll get to you guys.
Is that
in
a white
second.
woman?
Wait there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the ticket.
Right.
There's a date at the bottom that you have to take care of it by. And then below that, there's a phone number, website, address. One of the three will tell you how and where to take care of it.
One of his kind.
And then there is a case number right there. It has everyone's person, vehicle, and insurance information on it. Okay.
Okay. So now I guess I just get my insurance to go after or take care of it.
Yeah, just call the insurance, give them the case number.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful thing.
Well, I'm gonna leave that to y'all real quick, like, cause I know y'all saw it too.
Yeah, that's one of his kind. And now I mean I have a lot of Vietnamese friends being in the IT. There's some I know this is gonna sound racist, but there's some no driver mofos, man. There's some no driver mofos. I swear. I've had to get in the car with him. Oh man, there's some scary stuff, man. But that's all I gotta say about it. But yeah, he saw one of his kind. And that's how they do everywhere, man. They see one of his kind, they get treated different than someone that's not his kind. I don't know why they like that. Well, I do know why they like that, but that's all I gotta say about it.
I don't understand the signing for a ticket. We don't have to do that shit up here in Michigan. They just get that shit to you. So I don't understand at all the concept of having to sign for a ticket, man. I guess that obviously varies state to state.
Yeah, that's they do it down here in the South. I'm gonna let Miss Jackson touch on that. Echo. Yeah, Miss Jackson. I'm gonna let you touch on that because I know you know down here in the South. They say that it's just a promise that you're gonna show up to court, but we all know that's bullshit. So Miss Jackson, go and hit that.
Yeah, man. He just doing what he want to do. Like you said, the racism. You know what I'm saying? He saw his own kind. He even hooked her up on how to get the insurance claim.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like I always said that when people of color or people who aren't white get pulled over, it's different. And I have to explain this to my white friends because when they get pulled over, and they kind of relate when I put it this way. When they pull over, they see their aunt, their sister, they see a relative. When they pull me over, he doesn't see a relative. So he treated the white lady like his family, and he treated the Asian guy. Well, we see how he treated him. And I mean, what was that Asian guy gonna do even if he was violent? What, try to choke him with his Parkinson arthritic hand?
Right.
He wasn't gonna be able to do nothing. You know,
Well, I'm be real.
Man, come on, man.
I'm gonna just call it out. I'm gonna tell y'all what I know they doing. They trying to fill a database. They're trying to fill a database, and look, he can have one or two mindsets. Either this white, because we saw what she looked like. Matter of fact, let me go back. Cause no bullshit. It looked like a trailer park lady. I ain't gonna hold you. She looked like a trailer park lady. Let me go back a little bit further.
Nah, that's how they look up there in Oklahoma. That's right north of where I am. I've driven through there a couple of times. Oklahoma is like North Texas. That's how they look up there, man.
He probably sure that she in their database, but also that he don't want to put his own into that database. He was so adamant, and that's why I like the way civil rights. I know he watched these videos through. He watches them because he's a lawyer. He actually practices law. Like this, his name ain't just a civil rights lawyer. He actually is a lawyer, and he practices this law. He defends people, the citizens. He probably watches multiple times. Like, what? Okay, why did you go from this guy and you threaten him with arrest for not signing this thing, and you know there's a language barrier? But then you go to the person that speaks perfect fucking English that just so happens to look like you. He's like, nah, here you go. You just take this, and let me move on. Why can't you do that with him? What's the difference? What's the difference? And that's what I will always challenge Americans on. Like, what's the difference? Like, they always say everybody's treated the same way. There's no point in y'all crying about this and all that and all this. Stop complaining. We're all the same. What is this?
Police ain't got that kind of talent. I mean, that's probably the best job they're ever going to get. And if they had that kind of talent, they probably wouldn't be cops. They'd probably be some type of diplomat, or maybe even some type of business owner if they're able to handle different types of people.
That's a good point, Pierre.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, most of the people I know that are cops, these are the people that I see that are cops. People that got out of the military that decided to become cops, and then people that barely graduated high school became cops. That's the people I see.
And them security guards that had to work security 5 to 10 years because they kept getting flunking out the academy, whatever I don't know how.
Yep.
They got one that working at this liquor store right around the corner from me. It's a big one over here in Houston, Texas. They got them sitting over at the front, and they sit up there. They look like cops. They got the gear on, the bulletproof vest, and everything. They security guards. I mean, why you got all that on and you a security guard? Ain't nobody come and rob this liquor store. Nobody robbed that liquor store since I've been in Houston. And that was it's been 30 years.
It's the easiest way to get authority over other people. Some people want to go start businesses and become CEOs so they have power over other people. Because there are a lot of people that have that narcissistic tendency inside of them. Some people will go grind it out and build up to a sense where you can say, like, I can get why he asshole, whether I agree with it or disagree with it. But then you have some people that's like, I'm not putting in no fucking work. I ain't putting in no work. I know I can just go to the police academy for 3 months, and then I have power. I have a gun and a badge. And for anybody that think they go to the military and gonna have authority, you gonna get a rude fucking awakening, buddy.
But
you gonna get checked real fast, man. Look, you be in that bitch for 20 fucking years and have a dude that's been in for a year and outrank your bitch ass. Like, don't play with it. But either way, though, I'm gonna keep going because we got to get to the point where he violated the shit out of this man, even though I think he already violated him anyways.
Yeah, just call the insurance, give them the text number.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
Go ahead.
Can you roll me another unit? I got this guy up here and a supervisor. He's refusing to sign a ticket, and he's wanting to go to jail.
The officer radios dispatch for a backup unit to arrive and also calls for a supervisor saying that this guy wants to go to jail. Yet, in just a few seconds, he's going to violently take this man to the ground. What possible reason did he have if he thought it was necessary to bring another officer there and bring a supervisor there just due to the circumstances? Why did he do what he did when he did? There's no apparent reason that I can see that he could not have waited.
We stay here waiting for go through here. We're not U-turn.
Okay,
waiting
it doesn't matter about a U-turn or whatever. That lane,
and I
you
heard
can't.
She hit us.
I understand that, but you're not. You see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the
The way
car.
where
I'm the
your
third
vehicle
car.
was located, your
Third
vehicle
car.
was not like that.
Sit up.
No.
He wasting his breath.
No. See, sir.
all he did, if he saw, was tap his body cam. That's it. He tapped him on his body cam. And I'm not saying he should have done that. Look at that shit, man. That's somebody's goddamn grandfather, bro. He out.
He out.
Fucking pussy, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
man, anybody, as a former, I used to be a little bitty football player, man, and I used to pick on people that's bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to. It's a football field, you know what I'm saying? So for me to pick on somebody that's weaker than me, it's just me personally. That's just some punk stuff. And he old. He just tapped him. You know, he's an old man who grew up in Vietnam, and you all the police, and he don't even understand, man. I'm telling you, people from Vietnam in particular, I'm telling you, they drive. He explaining driving to him is like talking to a baboon's ass. He ain't gonna get it. They don't know how to drive. It's just in them.
That and it's still an obvious language barrier. Like even when the police officer initially, when he said, when he was asking him the questions, he said, "Do you want to go to jail?" He like, yeah. Like he's probably not even fully understanding the things that you're saying. But the cops don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He calls into the dispatch and says, "I've got someone who he says he wants to go to jail." Never mentioning the fact that probably a lot of the things that's being said between these two or three, including the wife, are likely lost in translation.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility, and the cops do not abide by that saying. Period.
Hey, this ain't
that's the problem with it. I'm not gonna say all, most. Well, it's too many. We're seeing these things too many times. I mean, you could do one of these every day. That's probably more than that. That's ridiculous, man.
It's outrageous. And this dude boy ain't got no home training, no common courtesy, respect for the elderly or even children. I mean, it's just a corrupt character, and I see two things. I'm gonna say I'm peeping the dates. So this was right before election. So they was on it, clowning if Trump didn't get in there. And also, hell, he could have threw him in some handcuffs. It didn't take all that, just put the handcuffs on him if you was gonna arrest the man. So,
that's what I was thinking too. He could have just cuffed him. Yep.
So that just go to show you, he was a do boy.
And I tell you this, Miss Jackson, I tell you this: if that was a 70-year-old white man, he would have slammed him on the goddamn ground. I tell you that.
Hey, look, I'm here to burst y'all. I'm here to burst y'all bubble. I cover a majority of videos where they slamming white folks. They slammed the 80-some-year-old white man to the ground on the side of his tail hitch of his truck. Talking about his head dinged the tail hitch. Slammed him just like that. And they try to play it off.
And I was just gonna say, I'm not calling you a liar or anything. I'll just say I've never seen that shit. And I cover a bunch of the dash cam. The only time that I ever saw, and this is why I knew shit was getting real, is again going back to something I talked about earlier, was after the George Floyd riots. Let me know if y'all remember this. It was an old man in I believe it was Buffalo, New York, and he was like damn near 80, and he was like had been an activist, and it was a protest. And
I remember that.
One of the police had dropped his helmet, and he tried to hand the helmet back to him, and they cracked him over his head with a baton, and like twice, and he fell out, and he was 80-something years old. That's the first time I ever seen the police attack a white man, like that. And I remember never hearing about that story again, and that was during the George Floyd riots.
Yeah, look, during that same time, they had a guy. There was this bald guy. I don't know if we might be talking about the same guy, but they literally did a leg sweep on him on like Capitol grounds. Like you already know, they like to do that marble, stone, whatever the hell, concrete, and they slammed his face right into it. And they were in that line of marching.
We might be talking about the same dude.
We might be talking about, and they just walked past this man. He leaking out of his head.
I remember he was bleeding like crazy.
Yeah, you could just see it coming out. And I'm like, y'all didn't care. But I'm like, man, I'm trying to tell you, I literally, this is the one reason that I try to cover certain videos. This one tonight is just different. It's foreigner night. But I try to always go and find ones where they fucking up these white kids. Like I had one where there was an autistic white kid. They tased this kid 72 times in a car. 72 times. Talking about, get out of the car. But everybody was giving him conflicting commands and shit. And first off, I don't think he understood none of them goddamn commands with all of them flying at him. And they weren't just shooting the taser at him. They were poking him. Everybody just reaching in through windows because all his windows down. So all the cops in all four windows just reaching in the car, tasing the shit out of him. And I try to show those type of videos so people can have a little bit more compassion, have a little bit more empathy. Because I'm like, I know you don't give a fuck when they doing it to other folks. But do you care when they doing it to people that look like you? And the one thing I've learned, they don't give a fuck. They don't. The only time they gonna give a fuck is when it's done to them. And the way they keep going, the way they keep building this path of allowing this shit to happen, it's just a matter of time.
AJ, I tell you the difference. They don't publicize with the white people. With the black folks, be plastered all over the news and all on live and whatnot. But with the white people, that it's more hush hush swept under the rug.
Yeah. I will give you
immunity.
Yeah, I will give you that
because proves immunity. Oh my bad.
Look, he did say he wanted to give him immunity. And Miss Jackson, you're right, because it's not gonna garner. Like, why would white people tune in to see? Because that's all it's about. It's about the news. Like, look, the news need viewers, just like viewership for sports games and all this. Why would white people tune in to watch the cops? That people that look like them fuck up people that look like them. Why they tune in for that?
And I used to say this too, man. I had my best friend, bro, was a white dude I met in the military, and we was best friends for years, bro. And I used to try to explain this shit to him, to police brutality. He and I'll never forget that son of a bitch said some shit to me. He was like, the thing is though, the white people aren't as tribal as black people are. And I said, man, shut the hell up. Say that to a black person moving into a white person's neighborhood. He shut the fuck up real quick.
But, more tribal.
Yeah, bro. Like, what are you talking about here, man? But the point that I was trying to make to him, about the police and whatever, I was like, y'all don't even seem to care if police kill other white people. And he's like, because we're just, we're just not tribal like that. And I just explained to him, like, bro, he used to say, like, the media doesn't show it because it doesn't get the views like that. And I explained to him, bro, he was like, basically saying, like, black people, y'all make too much out of it. I said, y'all don't make enough out of it. Because if they was killing, and I do know, because just off the pure population, more white people are going to be harmed than black people because there's more of them. But I said, it's the fact that y'all don't care. I said, forget the shit happened to the black community. Why aren't y'all out there marching? Why aren't y'all out there putting in work when y'all see other white people get hurt? But I just think, man, because at the end of the day, they know that the police are there to back them.
Yep.
And they're there to separate them from us, from the foreigners, to black folk and every other person who's non-white.
Yeah, look, they'll take those L's just to be separated, just to be in that position of, like, look, I covered a video with this is crazy. I just looked at it the other day. I plan on covering it. There was this white dude that bust out all these black folks' windows because they parked in his driveway. He just took bricks and just threw them through their window.
I think I saw a clip of that.
You might have seen it. And the dude was on the porch talking about, y'all gang. Well, I got my gang with me right now. He was pointing to the police officers. And it's like,
wow.
It was like, really? With your little Hawaiian shirt on, buddy? Hawaiian shirt with flip-flops and some cargo shorts on. I was like, really? You really on that type of time? And then he ended up going to jail. Thank Jesus, which was surprising. But I'm like, a lot of them, like, Lyndon Johnson said it best. And a lot of them like the quote that's like, oh, man, I had these niggas voting Democrat for the rest of their lives. They forget the other quote when it came to this shit. Because he told them, if I convince a poor white that he's better than a black, he'll give you his goddamn wallet. And that's what they be like. I'm not trying to knock all my white folks. I know some of y'all come over here, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. A lot of y'all on that dumb time. A lot of y'all on that dumb time. Y'all think just because you feel like you're better than somebody else, that you allow them to take shit from you. All of these problems, I say it all the time. Every problem that we have in the United States of America, you can't blame it on the Asians. You can't blame it on the Indians. Can't blame it on the Native Americans. Can't blame it on the blacks. You can't blame it on nobody else but white people. White people have always run this bitch. They have always run it. And they still run it to this day. So every problem you have in this country, you don't need to look at us. You need to look at your own. The problem is y'all keep looking at us as if we the boogeyman. Motherfucker, we ain't got no power to be the boogeyman of y'all. And that's what they keep doing. They play on these fear politics, mainly one side. Right. They play on the fear politics to convince y'all to do a certain type of thing. And that's why I don't want to hear nobody ever say anything about when something happens with a police and a black person or an Indian person or whatever the fuck, they want to bring up their criminal history. I don't want to hear that. Y'all just put a felon in the White House. So that shit don't matter no more. We're just gonna talk about what happened right now. What happened in that situation? I don't want to hear about what happened in the past. Because you know that's what they did with George Floyd. Oh, he busted in a bitch in a house and did an armed robbery 26 years ago. I don't care about that. What did he do in that moment where you kneeled on his neck and caused him to die? That's all we gonna focus on. I want to hear about no outside bullshit. But I know, Miss Jackson, you want to get something in before I play this video. Go ahead.
Hey Jay, I got a slide. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh hell, let Theo through his get up out of here real quick, like then I'm gonna go back to you, Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry, y'all. Just let y'all know I just had a slide. I don't take all. We're gonna do it again, Jay. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Let me know when you bring up panel, man. I'll come on there and holler at you, man.
All right, for sure.
Appreciate that, man.
All right, y'all. Thanks, Miss Jackson. All right,
man. Take it easy.
Yep.
Shout out to Theo Coop, y'all, man. Y'all go check him out, man. The Do Better podcast. Go ahead, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, man, it's not just a race war. You know, it's they place us in categories. You know, it's about, you pour white trash when you ain't got no money, then you in the same box as the N-word, to them. So it's all about the rich, the powerful white supremacists and the privileged. If you don't fit in that category, then yeah, you're less, in their category, in their mind, in their book. So it's crazy.
Right. They look down on their own. Like, that's the craziest shit. And we have it a lot in our community too, but it's more prevalent. You can see it. The way that some of those people look down on their own, because that whole trailer park shit. The trailer park whites. Like even Dave Chappelle spoke on it. Poor whites. The poor whites. Donald Trump even told you, I love the uneducated whites. He love them. Because they're going to come in and feel like they're better than everybody else. And this was always, man. Peace.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling me about me. Stop telling me.